Daffodils, tulips, Dutch iris, and other bulbs are beautiful additions to any garden. They're easy to maintain and easy to plant. Let me show you how. Many bulbs benefit from being divided every 3 to 5 years. If you're getting a lot of foliage with few blooms, holes in your plantings, or overcrowding in your plantings, it's time to divide and replant your bulbs. Spring and early summer blooming bulbs can be dug up and divided at any time after the foliage gets brown or before the ground freezes. A digging fork is a great tool to gently dig up your bulbs, as opposed to a spade or a shovel which can cut the bulbs in half. Lay your bulbs out in a seedling tray to dry out for a few days, and if they're double-nosed like this, don't pull them apart. Set your trays out in a shaded area, and if you have multiple varieties that you want to keep separated, label the tray. Discard any bulbs that show signs of disease or insect damage. Only keep large, healthy bulbs that are firm and free from spots. Compost undersized bulbs. Store your bulbs in any kind of a mesh sack until it's time to replant them in the fall. Don't store them with any fruit, and make sure that the temperature stays between 50 and 70 degrees. Plant your spring blooming or your early summer blooming bulbs in the fall when the temperature of the soil reaches about 60 degrees. Daffodils are pretty pest resistant, but tulips are gopher candy. If you have gophers in your area and you're doing a mass planting, install a gopher basket. If you're doing individual plantings of tulips, these mini baskets work great. If you're replanting bulbs or planting new bulbs, make sure that you have good drainage. If the bed has poor drainage, add some compost to the top 12 to 18 inches of soil. Remove all perennial weeds. A good rule of thumb for planting depth is to plant the bulb to a depth of 3 times its height. Big bulbs like daffodils and tulips get planted to a depth of 6 inches, and smaller bulbs will be planted to depths more like 2 to 3 inches. These depths are measured from the bottom of the bulb to the top of the soil. If you have loose soil, the dibbler or the bulb planter are great tools to use to plant your bulbs. The bulb planter is also useful for inserting a bulb or two into an existing planting. If you have really hard or compacted soil, this auger attachment for your drill is really the way to go. For a more naturalized mass planting, start by digging a big hole or a trench. Bulbs need a lot of phosphorus to make big, plentiful blooms. Work a high phosphorus amendment like bone meal into the planting bed, deeper than your bulb's planting depth. Use a rate of about 2 cups per 10 square feet. If you have a high alkaline soil, use a high phosphorus seabird guano or soft rock phosphate instead of the bone meal. Take a handful of bulbs and drop them in the trench. Then just top it off with a little bit of flower and bulb food. And if your fall rains are delayed, you can give it a little sprinkle. Plant bulbs in the fall for an abundance of spring color and grow organic for life.